What's up, everybody? It's Kenny from Chop. I am here for the next episode. So, I wanted to change things up a little bit about the conversation that I've been having. I mean, basically, my last couple of videos have basically keeping you kept up to date with everything that I'm doing and some of the projects that I'm working on. But today, I wanted to make a little bit different. I actually wanted to talk to you guys today a little bit more about entrepreneurship, about being a business owner, about starting your own business. There's a lot of programs out there that are where you have a product that exists already, that's been proven, it works, it's marketable, it's packaged, it comes ready for you. All you got to do is sign up, pay your fee, and you got a business. And then there's businesses like mine, where you're actually I took my own artwork, created a product out of it, well, multiple products out of it, and then went out and marketed those products. I'm still working on some of the packaging on some of the products, but you know, it's all a process. And so when it comes to being a process, I want to talk a little bit about that, because there's a lot of people that are coming up to me recently and they're saying, man, you know what? You got me so motivated. I want to start my business. And I love that. I love that. And I love to see people wanting to start a business, because that is exciting. Because you know what? Realistically, we are what makes the world go round. We're especially what's going to make our economy grow is private sector businesses. So I'm a big fan of that. So yes, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to start a business, whether it's a product that exists or you're going to create your own product, go for it. Go for it. But know that you are going to have some tough times. You're going to go through it. It is not easy, especially if you do it the way I did it, where I do not have a day job. So when Chop is not doing well, I'm finding other ways to make money. All legal, of course, but I'm finding other ways. I've done side jobs for people. I've worked on people's houses. I've detailed cars. I've laid plumbing. I can't even tell you the things that I've done, because no matter what, you still have to have some type of income, especially if your business is not generating. And you got to remember that when you build your business, you are going to have to pay a lot of money out. You're going to have to be doing advertising. That costs money. Social media is just not enough. You're going to have to, I mean, just the amount of expenses that you have. You know, and there's a lot of what seems to be fruitless work, especially when you're going to these networking events and you're spending money, you're paying to get in, you're paying for a drink or two. Forget about it. You know what I mean? So just know that when you're going to start your business, these are things you're going to have to experience. These are things you are going to go through. I mean, unless you come up with this magical product that all of a sudden hits and you end up in every store and everybody says, I want one of those, or you know, or you just happen to market it right. You know what I mean? Listen, there may be things that I'm doing wrong, and I'm still working, and I'm still learning on it. I've been in business for years now. Chop, we had an amazing year last year. Still wasn't enough, but it was an amazing year, and the growth has been unbelievable. So it's exciting. It's a very exciting thing. But I'm going to tell you there are some hardships. There are some hard times you're going to go through, because remember, you're starting a business. So you got to get your clients. So people who have known you, friends, family, they're not all going to jump on board right away. And that's tough, because you think right away, oh man, they're going to be around me. They're going to be like, yeah, they're going to see what I'm doing. I'm going to open doors for them. We're going to all work together. And then that doesn't happen. And you're just like, wow. And so you get this, you get those feelings of like, man, you know, now you got to go out to your cold market. Because if you don't have a warm market, or your warm market does not embrace what you're doing, then you got no choice, because either way you're gonna have to hit that cold market eventually. But I had to do that right off jump, right? So expect that. Don't be mad at people if they don't support you. It's cool. It doesn't mean that they don't love you. You got to remember that it's a hard thing to say, because you're like, oh man, if they love me, they support me. No, that's not what it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It just means that they're not supporting you. They will eventually. If not, they'll have to embrace it. Eventually, you work until they say, yeah, man, I got to give them respect for it. And that's it. You can't worry about any of that stuff. Don't worry about your friends, your family. Don't worry about them. Okay? Your job is to build your business. Your job is to market your business. Get your product, get your stuff together. That's your job. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, this is what you got to think about. And I'm going to leave you with one real quick story, so that you understand what you're about to get into when you're really, really serious about being an entrepreneur. When you're really serious. I have a friend of mine who cuts hair for a very, very big sports organization. In fact, the league itself. right? And we were talking, and I was telling him, because I've gone through some tough times. You got to remember that when you buy from MagChop, you are directly affecting my business and household seriously. That is because this is my money, okay? So this guy is somebody that I know that he did the same thing. He's a barber, but he's a specialty barber, and he had to build that. He had to build his clientele, and he had to come out, and he had to show his way a certain way. And I was sitting there talking to him, and I said, hey, man, listen, you know, I was going through a rough time, and I don't really know who to talk to about this, but you're a businessman, and I just want to know, you know, one day I was sitting here, I was just a mess. I was falling apart, and I just didn't want to go inside my house, and I just sat in the car, and I cried. And I'm not a crying guy. And he says, let me ask you a question. How many is that now? What? What do you mean, how many is that now? So many times you've done that. I said, it's probably about the third or fourth time, man, to be honest with you, over these last couple of years. And he said, oh, don't worry. You got quite a few more. But keep going. So just know that. You're going to have a few of those moments. You're going to have tough times. Your business is going to struggle. You're going to struggle. Your relationship is going to struggle. Everything. But the sacrifice is worth it. Trust the process. I got that statement from Andre Harrell of Epic Records. I met him at the Fontainebleau during Revolt, and that's what he said to me when we talked. We talked about different things we go to as a talent manager and an artist and things of that nature. And he said, listen, no matter what, you always have to remember one thing. Trust the process. So go out there and chase your dreams, everybody.